Hello again. So this video is going to be steps for giving directions exactly. So to start off with, you have to know that there are 3 different ways that you can give directions. All of them are going to start off general and go down to the specifics that you're going to hone in on. So there are 3 different kinds. So this can be giving directions on the same floor. So from this point where I am down maybe the hallway or over in another part of the building, but on the same floor of the same building. Okay, the second way is to give it on a different floor, which is why it's important to know how many floors there are, how to explain different floors in the building. And then third, if it's in a different building. Okay, so we first off have on the same floor. So whenever you're doing that on the same floor, you're going to establish the hallway by signing the sign hallway. Okay, so I'm just going forward. I'm going to sign hallway. Okay, so hallway. Then second, I'm going to give the route. So let's say that I'm talking about the elevator that is we're in a hallway and it's going to be at the very end of a hallway towards my left. Okay, so I'm going to say hallway, then I'm going to give the route. Okay, for me, I would categorize that maybe as a moderate distance. Maybe it's a very long hallway, but it's not like another building, so it's not far. It's not like right next to us, like the next door over. So it's a little bit farther for me. So I'm going to categorize it as moderate. Maybe for you, you're like, it's right there. It's really close. So you could do the like just right there. Okay, so I'm going to go with moderate for the hallway I'm imagining. Okay, so I'm going to establish the hallway. Give the route. Okay, notice that I went forward and then I turned a little left. Okay, and then I'm going to say it's going to be just right there. Okay, so there is no specific door that I need to give on this one. So I'm not going to say, oh, it's right there. It's second door right there. Okay, I'm not going to do that because that's kind of unnecessary for an elevator. Plus, it's probably pretty obvious. But the steps on the same floor are going to be establish the hallway, give the route, and then tell which door. Second door, maybe. Okay, now let's say that I'm giving directions to a different floor. For this, then I'm going to say what floor it is. So I'm going to say 4th floor. Then I'm going to explain the location either by telling what is near it or repeat the steps from on the same floor. So I could go 4th floor, hallway, right, elevator, second door. Okay, so I could do something like that. That's a possibility, just to add which floor it's on and then to repeat everything from the same floor. Or I can do it a different way. I can say 4th floor, and then I can say, the bookstore right next to it, right there, is the elevator. Okay, maybe it's a different setup, okay? So let's try that again. So I can say 4th floor, the bookstore right next to it. Okay, so if you notice my hand is bent in this way, it's my non-dominant hand, and then over next to it. So, bookstore next to it, right there, that's the elevator. All right, so that's a way that you can do it as well, using a reference point of something else that they may see or they may already know is there, or just would be a good place to be able to explain, rather than it's the 3rd door, but they all look the same and it's kind of confusing which way you're counting. You could just give a reference point what it's next to. Okay, now if you're in a different building, this one is actually pretty simple as well, but just has a different way of being able to provide the information. So in this one, you're actually going to get to use classifiers and get a little more complex with it, which is really fun. So if it's in a different building, first off, you're going to start by telling the person it's in a different building. So you can sign other building. This is the same building. So you could say other building. You could say different building. Okay, so you're going to tell the person, first off, number 1, it's in another building. So I'm going to sign other building. Okay, so second, tell the person to exit the building. So other building, exit, or to go outside, exit. And then you're going to tell the location of the new building using real world reference. So you know real world orientation is actually pointing to where the location is, but real world reference is going to help you set up in your space in front of you, your signing space, where the buildings actually are. So you're going to use your dominant hand and you're going to place the building, your Claude 5 classifier handshake, close to you. So this is where you are. Okay, you're going to say ASL classroom, boom, right here in front of me. So this is whatever building you're currently in. Okay, and then you're going to set up the other building that they're going to. So there's a couple ways that you can do this. You could simply set up and say, the next building I'm going to set here. Okay, so it's a bit farther away. That's where the next one is. Maybe there's only just the two buildings, so you're going to go boom, boom, it's that one. Okay, the other way that you can do this is that you can also explain where the other buildings are so that it's more clear. So maybe the ASL classroom is right here, and then there's another building right here. It's not that one. Then there's another one here. This one, okay, notice that I'm switching hands when I do this. That's okay to do whenever you're giving directions because you want to be able to hold the reference point for where you're at. You don't want to switch hands and go, this is the bookstore, because then you've lost it and you can't just keep going back to it, okay? So place your first building. You can do your second building and say, not this one, that one, this is the library, or this is the computer lab. Now notice I'm not taking my hand away to go computer lab because I'm normally signing with my dominant hand. I'm going to leave that there, computer lab. That's why it's important to be able to fingerspell with both hands as well. So once you get that established, so first off, other building, go outside. This is where I'm at. Okay, so first off, say what it is. ASL classroom here. Okay, and then you're going to go maybe just the next building right there, that one. Okay, so you're going to hold this new location. You're going to point to it, or I'm sorry. So you're going to hold this one here, ASL classroom, boom. This one here, and then what you're going to do is that you're going to use your dominant hand to trace the path with your index finger, but you're going to use the mouth morphing to explain how far it is. So this is a pretty far distance between these two buildings, I'm going to say, so I'm going to use my that's correct. So here to here, and I'm going to go, so maybe you actually have to go like around to get into the building. Maybe it's just straightforward. In my illustration, it's just going to be straightforward. It's just like a straight like walkway towards the next building, okay? So I'm going to start off with other building or different building. Go outside. ASL classroom is here. The other building is here. And then I'm going to turn so you can see this, okay? And then I'm going to say to here. So it is just kind of a straight shot. And then I'm going to go with my mouth. And then I can say this one. This is the library. Okay, so let's try that one more time. Sorry, let's try that one more time correctly. All right, keep up the good work. You've got this.